Hello, everybody. Hope everybody's doing good today. Today, we're going to be talking about Vampire in the Garden. It's a Netflix exclusive. It's about 5 episodes long, and basically, the plot is about humans versus vampires. It kind of reminds me, if you're going to do, it kind of reminds me of the show I Am Legend. It could probably take place in that same universe, that same time period. As what happens is there's a plague that goes across the earth, and vampires start showing up, and causes a war between the vampires and humans. What's interesting about this show is that either side are both biased against each other. They hate each other. The humans blame the vampires for the war that happened, saying that the vampires took over the world, started killing them, took over the music. Kind of like if you ever saw what's that Tack on Crunchyroll Tack. You know, Destiny, kind of like that, where for some reason the vampires don't like humans playing music, so they take it over. Uh, so what? So that's basically the premise. We got these two sides fighting each other, and then you have a human named Momo and a vampire named Fine, who happens to be the queen of the vampires. And they kind of get to the point where they're tired of the war, and they kind of want to go get away and go to supposedly this place is kind of like Eden, where vampires and humans live in harmony and in peace. And so basically the movie or the show is about their journey to this place called Eden and the trials and tribulations they inquire on the way. Let's see. Trying to figure out if I want to start with the good or the bad. Let's start with the bad, and then we'll edge over to the good. Leave you guys on a happy note. So the bad is the animation is a hit and miss on this show. The first 3 episodes are probably about the best part of the show. It gets you really into it. Introduces to the characters, to the world and stuff. But the problem is this is only 5 episodes long, and I don't really see it going any farther than 5 episodes. And this doesn't give the writers or the viewers enough time to get into the story. The story is very shallow. Nothing's really explained or fleshed out like it should have been. It could have easily used another 3 to 5 more episodes, just so we get more into the world that the creators are trying to produce for us. Also, it would definitely help the animation. There are parts of the animation that's fantastically great, and there's parts where it's very subpar, especially when it comes to the characters themselves, their animation. It's hard on the eyes, especially when you go with Fine. I don't know, she looks really bad in this. Because she doesn't drink blood. Maybe that's a minor spoiler. Maybe they're trying to make her look pale and sickly. Either way, it doesn't really look very good at all, her animation. And the vampires also, because they're like so white and pale, it just, I don't know, like the vampires really look bad. I guess Fine's brother is all right. They did a pretty good job on him, but everything, all the other vampires, they look very bad. Even Momo, she looks not very well drawn. It's just, I don't know, the people themselves, it's not very good. So the animation could have used more time. I don't know if this has anything to do with the COVID thing and the lack of preparation and time to get this pulled together, because they probably were working at their separate homes and stuff, and we're probably a little bit rushed to get this out this year. But it could have definitely used a little more time, just so the animation would have been would have been better and more even throughout. Like I said, there are some parts where it looks really good, like when they jump into a Jeep. The Jeep looks really well animated, and some of the background scenery looks really good, especially in the early episodes. But the more you go on to the later part of the show, it seems like the quality of that animation drops off. And like I said, Fine, she looks bad throughout the whole thing. And Momo, she looks not too well either. Though they didn't bother me as much as Dota. I'm still trying to watch that second series. I just cannot get into the animation. I did really hate how they on that series how they draw the people, especially the noses. I really hate those. So they are better than that. Um, Also, in that story, the plot, like, it really does need some more episodes because they don't really flesh out this universe very well. We don't really know. It kind of hints at the society structure of the vampires and the humans. We know that like Fine is the queen, but she seems like she's not like the main leader. There's people above her, kind of thing, and they expect her to produce, results. Like kill and like their goal was to wipe out all the humans, and wanted to do that and produce more blood for the vampires. So she kind of has her, even though she's supposedly the queen, there's people above her, and she's not queen of all the vampires. It seems like just in this little area, and not everybody knows who she is. So that could a little bit use more fleshed out. Like, what is this society structure? And on the human side, it looks like they're basically all wiped out. And Momo's mother, she's like the head general or leader of this city. And it kind of make it sound like it's like the last standing city on Earth for humans, or at least close to it. But we find that there are places where we run to this one place where there's a city of vampires on one side of the river and a city of humans on the other side of the river. And for some reason, they're not trying to kill each other like they are with Fine and Momo's. Their two sides. It's just kind of weird how that is. But that's pretty much my problems I had with it, was the animation and the story need to be fleshed out, especially when they supposedly get to the destination they're looking for. It's you get to another civilization, and it's kind of rushed through. You don't really know what's going on. They put like a mystery thing, like there's more that meets the eye, what's going on in there, but they don't really say how it started or what's beneficial to the vampires and the humans in this part. And it's just, you just know there's something not right with this place. What's good? The first 2 or 3 episodes I really enjoyed. It really gets you into the story. You got a lot of action. It looks like it gets you to the story. Got a lot of action. It looks like it's going to the right direction. They're building on the characters and stuff, but then it just kind of flattens out and it goes downhill about midway through this 3rd episode. But like the very beginning is really great, and you'll love it. You love the beginning of it. I also enjoyed the fact that the creators, they didn't take a side. Like one side's better than the other side. Both sides have they basically make you hate both sides equally. They're both totally biased against each other. To hate both groups, the vampires and the humans, hate each other equally. Don't want to give anybody the chance. They both blame each other for the world that they're in. The vampires are all like, these humans just want to exterminate us for no apparent reason at all. And the humans is like, we're fighting for our lives because the vampires started attacking us. So it's really hard to say what really started this whole conflict in the first place. And which is great. I kind of enjoyed that. That, they treated both sides the best. But you don't really see any positives. Like, there's no reason to like the humans or the vampires. It's only give you reasons to hate both of them and like the 2 main characters, Momo and Fine. You're like, well, these people are different. They're tired of they think this whole bloodshed is useless and nonsense. And, it shows their good parts, but you don't really see any good characteristics in the other characters, the other side characters whatsoever. Fine's brother, he's just trying to protect his sister. He hates humans. He's totally doesn't want to hear their excuses or anything about them. And on the other side, Momo, her mom, and her uncle. Same way, they just want to say Momo and destroy the vampires. So there's no like good quality in the side characters. I guess that could be a bad thing as well. So my final verdict on this, for this first time watchers, and if you're here for 10 minutes, thank you. Usually our average listener is 30 seconds. We go by 3 standards. We have don't recommend, recommend with caution, and recommend. And we're going to go with, I'm going to say not recommend. There's probably better anime in this. Oh, there's definitely better anime in this. Sorry. The story, you know, if you're bored and you kind of like the vampire thing and humans and the conflict, that stuff, you know, give it a try. But if you're not really into that stuff, there's really nothing that really brings into the story. The ending's not very well fleshed out, not really worth watching. The characters aren't really rememberable. So I don't recommend this one at all. I hope you enjoyed this video. Have a great day, and until next time, bye.